Społeczność Dark Soulsów znowu to zrobiła. Nowy skip. Dawaj, let's go.
Dark Souls 1 has a reputation. Over the
Ciekawe
many
jest to,
years
jak
of its
wpływa na
existence,
speedruny.
the community for this game has put countless hours into breaking it as much as possible.
Pomyśl, jak ta gra jest rozjebana w swoim kodzie, jakie to jest jedno wielkie spaghetti, ile tu występuje glitchy i założeń logicznych, które można złamać. Uwielbiam to w speedrunach i w challenge runach, gdzie na jaką byś grę nie popatrzył, okazuje się, że ta gra w pewnym sensie nie działa tak, jak powinna. Bo... I mi się wydaje, że najciekawsze w tym wszystkim jest to, czy kod powinien być napisany tak dobrze, żeby do tego nie dopuszczać, czy to przypadkiem nie jest część gier komputerowych, że w nich występują glitche, które my możemy używać na swoją korzyść, bo ja to kurwa uwielbiam. No na przykład, serio, stary, uważam, że te gry bez tych glitchy byłyby w long runie gorsze. Jeżeli one by działały dokładnie tak, jak założyli ich twórcy. Jak nie miałbyś, wiesz, tego przezabawnego skakania w Mario po schodkach, prawda? Jak nie miałbyś jakichś prompt swapów, stary, właśnie w Dark Soulsach. Jak nie miałbyś w Diablo, stary, switchowania też kurwa skilli, no nie? Albo jakiegoś bugowania. Fenomenalne to jest. W sensie, no największym problemem jest to, gdy te glitche występują tak, że ci psują gameplay, ale to jest bardzo fajne, jak możesz wykorzystać te glitche na własną korzyść i są one odtwarzalne, ale mimo wszystko nie psują klasycznego gameplayu, w którym ktoś no nawet nie będzie wiedział, że coś zepsuł albo nie byłby w stanie tego sprowokować.
Well, they've done it again. This video, we're going to be talking about how to skip the first boss of the Artorias of the Abyss DLC, Sanctuary Guardian, as well as the implications of the existence of this skip. Previously, if anyone wanted to access the primary DLC content of the Royal Wood, Ulasil, and the Chasm of the Abyss, you would need to go through Sanctuary Guardian to do so. The only skip that existed to do this involved item swapping the Purple Coward's Crystal to trick the game into spawning you in Ulasil Township. But the crystal is only obtainable after defeating Guardian anyways, so this is only possible in New Game Plus, randomizers, or some kind of multiplayer shenanigans.
Czy tworzenie takich skipów to gatekeeping? Pewnie tak.
February 18th, 2026,
generalnie wszystko, czego nie rozumiesz, jest gatekeepingiem, nie?
a speedrunner named San Off posted in the Discord proof of a Sanctuary Guardian skip he had found after some solo investigations of his own. The primary trick being used here is this glitch that I call a pick up and enter, a remastered only glitch.
Teraz pomyślcie, ile w tych grach jest innych rozwalonych rzeczy na elementach, które nie są potrzebne do speedrunu, których jeszcze nie odkryliśmy. Bo wiadomo, że najbardziej zminmaksowane będą te rzeczy, których potrzebujemy do możliwie najszybszego przejścia gry. To jest najciekawsze w tym wszystkim. Ile rzeczy, które nie jest z tym związanych, też będzie rozjebane.
Where you can pick up an item right after interacting with the fog wall, and it will change the angle in which you're interacting with the fog wall in order to place your character in a location that normally wouldn't be possible. This glitch can be used to skip or AFK other bosses in the game as well. At this precise angle and location, the pick up and enter glitch will release your character inside of the collision for the wall, which will then boost your character upwards. Then you want to turn around and jump at this angle and timing to boost yourself all the way above the arena next to this tree. This isn't the most precise jump in the world, but it is easy to mess up, and if you do, you'll have to start all the way over by quitting out and reloading your save. Once you're up here, then you need to escape this position by jumping past the tree like so. This can also be a little annoying, but it's not too bad, and you get basically infinite tries to do so. Once you're free, you have this entire outer edge above the arena to explore freely. But the skip isn't done yet. We still need to find our way into Ulasil Sanctuary in order to make it past the boss. Here's where things went a little sideways for our hero, San. This entire arena, even these upper edges where you're normally not supposed to be, is considered unstable ground. Unstable ground basically just means the game is not going to actively update your position while you're here. So if you quit out of the game and reload, your character won't spawn here. It will instead spawn at your last stable position, which in this case would be at the fog wall entrance. San, while trying to lab the skip, was presumably using a cheat tool such as Dark Souls Gadget in order to help figure out how to get past this next stage of the skip. And in doing so, accidentally touched stable ground coordinates. So while trying to execute this jump, after quitting out, he respawned on stable coordinates and was able to drop freely into Ulasil Sanctuary. Obviously being excited about the new discovery, San rushed to post the skip to show what he had found. But then I tried to do it myself and it wouldn't work at all.
Może jakiś
I could do
randomizerek,
all
nawet
the
nie wiesz, jak
steps
na to
prior to
czekam.
this jump just fine, but when I did this, I just respawned back before the fog wall with my stable coordinates not being updated. Very quickly, we discovered that a mistake had been made, and the skip wasn't going to work, at least not this way. But it was so close to working, the community didn't give up. And of course, 4 hours later, a glitch hunter named Bob Dole Onju, aka Splee5556, you may have seen his Dark Souls videos, found an actual method for getting into Ulasil Sanctuary. After getting unstuck from the tree, you want to go along the left side of the outer edge of the arena until you come to this branchy area. A couple of well-placed jumps will get you up to here. And this is maybe the most annoying part of the whole skip. This precise jump that will land you on top of this large branch. Not only is this jump difficult to merely get on top of the branch, there's also an added risk that your angle is off and you fall straight into the arena and die, resetting your entire progress. But if done correctly, you can just follow this
Gunter 2, 3, 7, 8, 3,
this
5,
path
no.
to the next area and drop in safely to Ulasil Sanctuary, having completely skipped Sanctuary Guardian. Now, you might be asking, does this save time in speedruns or something? And the answer is no.
No właśnie, to
well,
jest
then
niepotrzebne.
how is it useful? Well, it really isn't useful in any practical sense. At least not right now. Expanding our knowledge of the game.
Znaczy, teraz to nie jest potrzebne, no ale stara trasa Wrong Warpa to było faktycznie wchodzenie DLC-ka i może na starej trasie Wrong Warpa by to było
And the
przydatne.
ways we can break it is always a good thing, especially as you never know when a useless trick will all of a sudden become a key part of a major discovery down the road. Sometimes major glitches and skips lie dormant for many years because the right pieces didn't exist to make them possible. That being said, I can't really see how this skip in particular is going to be useful in a practical sense anytime soon. Other than the fact that it's a new boss skip, and that's always cool. Especially when it comes to potential meme runs. For a while now, Sanctuary Guardian was
Wiecie,
considered
wyobraźcie sobie tego, że jak macie triple randomizera, czyli macie wymieszone przedmioty przeciwników i fogwall, czyli nie wiesz gdzie wchodzisz i gdzie wyjdziesz, znaczy wiesz gdzie wchodzisz, nie wiesz gdzie wyjdziesz, to w triple randomizerze jest opcja uwzględnij logikę glitchy. I to jest wtedy taki strasznie ciężki run, gdzie ty musisz znać wszystkie skipy istniejące w tej grze i teoretycznie na takim triple randomizerze, znając to, mogłoby ci być łatwiej, bo miałbyś 2 dodatkowe fogwall do użycia. 3 nawet, bo masz wyjściowy z drugiej strony, wyjściowy z pierwszej i wyjściowy z drugiej. Więc to ci o wiele ułatwia taki, kurwa, challenge, który już jest no raczej dość wysokim poziomem
to
challenge'u.
be maybe the most interesting boss you could actually defeat as your first boss using a sequence of several skips. You could skip Asylum Demon through a variety of methods, then Sin's Gate skip to avoid having to ring the bells, then use a grab cancel fling plus force quit wrong warp to skip Iron Golem. And then finally, there's a Golden Fog Gate skip to get into Duke's.
Jak masz foga, to i tak cię tepnie, zamiast wyrzucać w tekstury w tym skipie? Nie rozumiem. W fogwalla możesz każdego z 2 stron. Jeżeli miałbyś fogwalla, który by cię wyrzucił tutaj, no to byś dostał 3 kolejne.
archives to retrieve the broken pendant, as long as you had already defeated Hydra and rescued Dusk, of course. Then you could enter the DLC and take on Sanctuary Guardian as your first boss of the run. But now, we can take this sequence even further by skipping Sanctuary Guardian. Then, using the Township skip to Chasm of the Abyss, we can actually defeat Manus as the first boss of the game, or any DLC boss we desire for that matter. This dramatically expands the list of bosses we can defeat as the first boss of the game. The only bosses in the game now that we can't defeat first are Nito, Gwen, and 4 Kings. Nito is protected by his golden fog gate, which we have yet to find a skip for. Four Kings is protected by the need to acquire the Covenant of Artorias by defeating Sif, a skip for which hasn't been found either. And Gwyn is protected by, well, a lot of things. Outside of some multiplayer shenanigans, there's no known way to acquire the Lord Vessel without defeating Ornstein and Smo, nor ringing the bells without defeating at least the Bell Gargoyles. So until those two pieces are crossed off, Gwyn can't be first. Unless another unseen method lurking in the game's code can be
Reverse
found.
order, nie?
Considering how broken this game can be, I wouldn't be surprised to see the rest of these bosses crossed off the list. But thanks to San and Splee's new discovery, we've taken some steps to expanding our methods to breaking the game even further. And hopefully, more discoveries are to come. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for any future updates regarding discoveries such as these.
No, kurwa nie, w takich glitchach najlepsze stworzone nic nie wprowadzają teraz teoretycznie, ale może kiedyś w przyszłości